Welcome back. In observance of Creole Heritage Month 2019, Events St. Lucia, the Folk Research Center, and the Cultural Development Foundation are all collaborating to execute a series of activities of national relevance and cultural significance. The most recent of which was Feste Jouer Mamai, a Creole Games festival held over the weekend, which aimed to introduce young children to traditional Creole games. In attendance was Minister for Culture and Creative Industries, Fortuna Belrose, who said this type of event is necessary to ensure St. Lucia's culture continues to thrive from one generation to the next. Jacques Wooding reports.
On Sunday, October 20th, 2019, the Folk Research Center, in collaboration with Events St. Lucia and the Cultural Development Foundation, held a showcasing of traditional, Creole, and African games. The event, entitled Feste Jouer Mamai, was held at the Miku playing field and attracted persons of all ages. Minister for Culture and Creative Industries, Fortuna Belrose, says the event was a coming together of all generations.
I think as we celebrate our Creole Heritage Month, the objective is for us to really bring out all of those things that we used to do, in the past, and see how as a country we have evolved. And I think Creole Heritage Month allows us the opportunity to really relive, what happened before. And of course, now in the future, we're in the modern era, but we still do not want to throw away those things, but use it as an opportunity for youngsters to see how we engage, how we learned, how we related to each other, how we socialize. And you see all of that, through the games that have been played this afternoon.
The event not only provided an opportunity for children to engage in traditional games, but also allowed nostalgic adults in the community to share their childhood memories and engage in activities of their past. However, the minister highlighted the need for traditional games to live on in school environments. She encourages teachers to access the rules of these games via documents available at the Folk Research Center.
Well, a lot of the games, when you say they've been lost in terms of people not actually doing them, but I think the Folk Research Center had done some great work in documenting all of the games that we play. And so there is a book that reflects all the games that we play. What we need to do is to ensure that our teachers within the school system, our communities, our community organizations are aware of this. You understand, as we look to ensure that people hold on to some aspects of the culture, such as game playing, which is critical in terms of the socialization and engagement of youngsters and us as citizens as well.
Also in attendance was Miku native and executive director of the Folk Research Center, Louise Victor, who says the event achieved its intended purpose and can be expected as a staple on the Creole Heritage Month calendar of events moving forward.
It's already meeting its objective. The purpose of this was to introduce some of the traditional games or games from long ago to this generation, and some of them have never played it, some of them do not know how to play, some of them are completely clueless as to the rules. So I think it's been a good learning curve for some of the children here. For some of their parents it's been very nostalgic, and for some of the older folks who would have themselves started playing and whatnot. So I think it's a good start in terms of having an event like that, and we hope to grow it from 2020 going forward.
Next on the Creole Heritage Month calendar is the school's Creole Folk Festival, to be held at the National Cultural Center on October 22nd from 9 a.m. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
Annually, the Baron Foods International Pork Festival, or Pork Fest, is a sought-out event by pork lovers across the island and even the region. Pork Fest was initially a standalone event, but was then added to the month of October as an addition to the Creole Heritage Month festivities, a move which Executive Director of Baron Foods says has added to the event's appeal and has contributed to its continued success.
The Baron Foods International Pork Festival was launched in 2015 as the first of its kind in St. Lucia. Pork enthusiasts of all ages gathered at Salmons Park on August 2, 2015, marking the pilot event as a major success. Executive Director of Baron Foods, Ronald Ramjatan, says the event sets itself apart from other food festivals, as it is still able to provide a wide variety of dishes all from one meat, simply through the use of Baron Foods' wide variety of products. He praises vendors for their continued cooperation and contributions to the festival in its fourth execution.
One thing about Barn Foods is that we have a wide range of products. So what we wanted to do here is just show that you have many types of pork, whether it be jerk, whether it be sweet and sour, black bean, any kind of different spice, we have it, and that's the whole point of the pork festival, is to show that we have a wide variety of sauces and pastes that you can use and you can do something different. And going into Creole Month, this is our way of showing our appreciation. We know St. Lucia's love their pork, so this is our way of, showing what we can do. Most of the vendors, they were very anxious and happy as well because they know Barn is always consistent with quality. So they were willing, they were very accepting and open to using Barn products, and we made it work for them.
Human Resource Manager of Barn Foods, Riyad Mohammed, also praised vendor participation in the event and says the decision to decentralize the event has been fruitful. Mohammed says he believes that the pork festival has found a new home in Beaufort.
This year is our first year hosting the event in Beaufort, and we are very satisfied with what it turned out. It's been years that we've been keeping the Barn International Pork Fest, and this year having it in Beaufort is something that we always wanted to do. And it would be good that we look to continue having it in Beaufort, being that our representation is in Beaufort. We would be happy if we could continue having the festival in Beaufort.
Vendors at the event were also very pleased with the move to decentralize the event. One vendor in particular, Charmaine Kelman, says the continued growth of the event is evident, and he uses each pork fest as an opportunity to try new recipes, which he then introduces to his business.
Well, I had 2 different sauces, but I had a different variety of pork, like the garlic pork, the jeera pork, I did a curry pork, the normal stew pork, I did the honey barbecue ribs, then I did a spicy ribs. So, different flavors. Every year I come with something different. It's starting to pick up, things is going well, everybody enjoying themselves. Yeah, man. They have a lot of variety.
Porkfest 2019 featured a variety of local entertainment such as folk bands, steel pan groups, and country groups, and also included a variety of soca and Denry segment artists. For 7 News, I am Jacques Oding.
Thank you, Jacques. Exposing youth to financial management through credit unions and thrift co-ops at a young age was the highlight of a seminar held by the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited. On Friday, the 18th of October, a contingent of secondary school students from around the island gathered at the CSA Conference Center to engage with regional guest speaker Phoenix Belfield on matters regarding their financial future. Solange Alfred reports.
Financial literacy was the focus at a youth seminar organized by the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited. Students from various secondary schools on island gathered to receive knowledge aimed at empowering them with skills which allow for informed and effective decision-making with their financial resources. Member of the Education Committee from the Teachers Credit Union, Vanetta John, says the first-time hosting of the seminar looks to strengthen financial awareness within participating youth.
This year, from Credit Union celebration, we actually are hosting a youth symposium, a seminar for our young members who are part of their school thrift. And the drive is basically to inform them and to educate them of the benefits of being a member of the cooperative at such an early age. This year, our theme being local service, global reach. We want the young generation to begin to think out of the box and to just think beyond just saving for now in terms of having cash on hand, but how much their money can grow and how much their money can move as the years go by as they continue into the cooperative movement.
General Manager at the Dominica Cooperative Societies League Limited and guest speaker Phoenix Belfield delivered a presentation to the youth in attendance focused on setting a solid foundation of financial competence in their everyday lives.
My focus will be on how is it that we can empower our youths financially and for them to be able to make independent financial decisions in their daily lives, notwithstanding the fact that they are not working for a salary, but I'm sure they're getting allowances from their parents, which means that they can budget, which means that they can plan, which means that they can make proper decisions that will help them achieve their goals comfortably and wisely.
So you're coming from Dominica. Have you seen any issues that may be a challenge throughout the region?
With regard to?
With regard to finances in youth and finances on the
Not necessarily. I think it really has to do with the culture. A lot of times we fail to inculcate those necessary teachings in our youth at an early age. And because of that, they grow up to become spendthrift. They would spend their money, they would get highly indebted even before they would have finished a college education. And so what we really want to do is to arrest that tide. And to tell our youth, listen, you can do things, you can achieve the same goals that you have set for yourselves, but you can do it better. You can do it more prudently, and you can save and be comfortable in the end.
Additionally, Belfield touched on the matter of student loans. He explains a reduction in the burden of student loans can come about through proper planning ahead of time.
The student loan system is probably one of the most economically easy system available for financing for the students, because in most cases they only have to pay back the interest, and when they return they pay back the principal. The thing about it is that if we have not developed the savings culture from this early age, it means that now the parents and whoever the guarantors are would have to now find that requisite financial support for them at that point in time. There are a lot of the credit unions that have those savings portfolio whereby you can save for your child until they reach age 18 and they would not be able to take out from it. Think about it. You haven't developed a savings from the early age until 18. You probably accumulate a few thousands, and that should be able to give you a jump start. So what we're saying is that we're not looking at the end of the problem. It's how is it that we're getting there? And the critical part in arresting that situation is by starting an early savings culture.
With a focus on wise financial decision-making and the concept of thriftiness, the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Union's drive remains to create a savings culture with youth so as to alleviate financial challenges in the future. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
The Roseau Combined School located in Jackmill has received a state-of-the-art printer donated by Barbie Limited, a corporate entity based in the Roseau Valley. The gift was timely as it was presented on Teacher Appreciation Day.
Students of the Roseau Combined School were just about to celebrate Teacher Appreciation Day when a special gift arrived. It was a much-needed printer sourced from GTBS and donated by Baby Limited, located not far away. Baby Limited has been actively supportive of the school and so did not hesitate when a request was made.
We have always been an organization that gives back to our community, and especially with the fact that we're located in the area, it's important to us that we take care of our own. So again, when the school contacted us with this need, there was no hesitation in us giving back and being able to acquire this for the school.
Baby Limited is our friend. This is not the first time that they are collaborating with us. Sometimes when we have fundraising activities or any activity we have whatsoever, we contact them, and anything we ask them for, they are always forthcoming with it. We have a very good working relationship with them.
Acting principal of the Roseau Combined School, Philomena Julian, received the gift on behalf of the teachers and students of the school.
We use it on a daily basis. We have to make copies of our letters we send home to the parents, of our test papers, our activities, worksheets, and sometimes we have to print handouts for the children, and we really do need this machine.
The presentation could not have had better timing as students were showering their teachers with accolades and special tributes on Teacher Appreciation Day.
Surprisingly so, it is Teacher Appreciation Day, so I'm sure the teachers are appreciative that they're able to now have this piece of equipment, which will definitely assist in an ease of day-to-day runnings.
The state-of-the-art printer will ensure that teachers no longer face difficulties in printing classroom materials, including notes and other communications critical in keeping parents informed of developments at the school. For Hot 7 News, I am Novita Emmanuel Green.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.